Barça just lost the Clásico 2-1, as you know, won 6-1 in the Champions League, beat Girona 2-1, lost 4-1 to Sevilla, and 1-2 to Paris Saint-Germain. That is, in a month, the last 5 matches have been very negative for Barça, very negative. 5 matches in which Barça has won 2 and lost 3. Again, it's a new chance to change things. You need to get up and shift the tone. So, there's no point in beating yourself up and thinking, I did so badly, what's wrong? You have to keep going, and you have to be positive, you have to be very positive. As I said, Pedri suspended, will be out due to a double booking. Ter Stegen out, Gabi out, Rafinha out, Joan Garcia out, Ander Christensen. Possibly out, though not official yet. Dani Olmo has joined the group, but will likely also be out. He's the only one who seems available, but that's not fully confirmed either. We'll have to wait a little longer to know if he'll finally be included or not. If he's included in the squad, he's ready to play. They've spent a week confirming it's Robert Lewandowski. So when you look at all this, it's really crazy how many injuries Barça has, right? But I repeat, there are still enough players to form a good team without any problems. No problem to compete, and to play a great match. Against this Elche, which will soon show on screen, we'll also evaluate Eider's team's progress. I believe Barça still has a very good team, even with many absences preventing us from competing as we should. Hopefully we'll see some improvement, even if it's small, as we take it step by step. Let's not expect the impossible from Lamine Yamal, especially since he's not feeling well. Let's hope he recovers more this weekend and can break away with speed. Lamine will improve gradually. That Ferran Torres also finds his form again, since he's returning from injury and needs to regain his rhythm. So I think Ferran Torres as well. That he gets back to his best, of course. We need to capitalize on Fermin and Marcus Rashford's strong form, as they're currently Barca's top 2 players. And, well, from here on, little by little, I think we will keep improving and this team will show its best version. Sooner rather than later, just give it time. Let's create a possible starting 11 for the match against Elche with the following players, okay? Let's begin with the goalkeeper, no doubt here. Wojtek Szczesny will play in goal here, who the other day made a great save, an amazing stop at the Bernabeu against Kylian Mbappe on that penalty, right? And let's hope that Szczesny can protect us as best as possible. And that the match at the Bernabeu, despite Barca's defeat, helps him mentally to start gaining confidence and get back to his best version. Before Joan Garcia returns to the goal for Football Club Barcelona again. So Szczesny is in goal on the right side. We've already played 2 matches with Jules Koundé. Koundé isn't doing well. Although it's true that in the Clásico, well, he had his moments, right? The first half wasn't good, but well, Koundé also needs to find himself again. Now, as I said, there's a match against Elche coming up, and I don't know if HANSI Flick will make any rotations. Remember, on the right side this year, it's been either Eric Garcia or him lined up. Therefore, I'm going to lean towards him continuing to give him minutes. Why? With no Champions League this week and no Copa del Rey match yet, Barça hasn't played midweek. So, I think Jules Koundé will play on the right wing again, and HANSI will want him to find his best form on that right side, which is very important for Barça. On the left, it's the same. I think he'll use the defense much like at the Bernabeu, right? With Valt and Jules Koundé on the flanks, the goal is to help both return to their best form. In the center-back pairing, we'll see if Ronald Araujo comes in or not, since he had some very good minutes against Real Madrid. But knowing that Elche is going to press you high, knowing that Elche is a team that really likes to have the ball and is very well organized tactically, they'll likely block ball circulation, one of Barca's main strengths when building from the back, which really penalizes Araujo. Therefore, I think he's going to keep the defense with Pau Cubarsí and Eric Garcia again. I think he's going to stick with this lineup. HANSI Flick with Che, Szczesny, Koundé, Cubarsí, Eric, and Alejandro Valde, okay? Afterwards, at the base of the midfield. Since Pedri isn't here, obviously, I imagine he'll go with Marc Casado. In the midfield, Casado and Frenkie will play at the base. We imagine this will be the midfield with the absence of the Canarian, which is the most notable absence this match day. Because obviously, Pedri is a super important player for Barça, vital. And, well, his absence, plus he's also injured, which adds up for Pedri, who is both suspended and injured as well. Both is a tough situation. Casado and Frenkie, I have no doubt in attacking midfield. I think Fermin Lopez is going to play because obviously Dani Olmo is still not at his best and Fermin is performing at a magnificent level. That's how our defense, goalkeeper and midfield would look. Cesny, Koundé, Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, Valde, De Jong, Fermin Lopez, Imar, Casado. That's how our midfield and Barca's defense would look. And the forward line, I think it's going to be similar or the same. Not to say the one that played in the Clásico, okay? Therefore, I think Ferran Torres will play up front. He'll be the most advanced man. He will play on the right wing. I hope Lamine Yamal starts. Lamine Yamal on the right side. And on the left, we'll see Marcus Rashford. Therefore, in my opinion, I think Barca will repeat the same starting 11 as at the Bernabeu. Except for Pedri, bringing in Amar Casado, as I said. Possible modifications or changes. That Eric Garcia drops out and Araujo comes in is one of the real possibilities I see for the starting 11. And another possibility we could have is that Valde doesn't play and Gerard Martin does. It's another option, giving Valde a rest and bringing in Gerard Martin up front. I would really be very surprised. I would be very surprised not to see Lamine Yamal unless he's feeling unwell and to see Bargy there. Seeing Bargy there would really surprise me. I think that from the start, Lamine Yamal will play. He will be out there. So those are the possible substitutions. I still find it hard to see Mar Bernal in midfield. I'd be surprised to see Dro or Tony Fernandez in the starting 11 against Elche. Because I think we're playing at home and we have to win. And the 3 points are very necessary, therefore. Or to see Eric Garcia here as well, family as well. It could be that we see Eric Garcia here on the right side and that Jules Koundé gets some rest. That could also be perfectly possible. So more or less, there you have the starting 11. And the possible changes we'll have this weekend, this Sunday on the channel. As I said before, one of the big news for Barca is that Robert Lewandowski will most likely be back. We might also see him in the second half. The Polish striker. Without a doubt, he's going to be one of the big stories of the weekend. His recovery and therefore his return to the field. What are your thoughts on Barca's starting 11? Like, subscribe and comment. Barca yesterday, today, always.